All right, the Saints season-ending loss to Minnesota, I think all of us in the Channel 4 Sports Office are still stunned by it. And it was stunning because of how unusual it was for the way the season has played out. For instance, the Saints have been terrific all season, top 5 in the NFL in stopping the run. Minnesota ran it right at the Saints very effectively all game. Saints are top 5 in the NFL. They were very good protecting Drew Brees. In this game, Brees was harassed all game. He was sacked 3 times, was under duress throughout. If you saw the game, you know what I'm talking about. So the Saints' strengths were not the strengths in this game. Mike Thomas, who has been unstoppable all year, was largely held in check by the Vikings. Cam Jordan, who's been unstoppable all season, was largely held in check by the Vikings. Drew Brees has been unbelievably good, especially statistically, especially from a quarterback rating standpoint. He's protected the ball and put up good numbers. In this game, Brees personally had 2 turnovers, 1 interception, 1 fumble, and was just not great. All the things that have made this season special didn't show up on Sunday against the Vikings, and it was stunning across the board. You heard Sean Payton and Drew Brees after the game. Really, their message was the Vikings just outplayed us. They didn't have anything more than that. They certainly weren't angry about any of the calls, the potential no call on the offensive pass interference at the end. None of that. They just said the Vikings outplayed us. And if you saw the game, Minnesota, for this day at least, was the better team. I do think if the Saints and Vikings played 10 times, the Saints win at least 7, maybe 8 of those 10 games. But the fact is, this was one of the games where the Vikings were the better team, and the Saints season is over. And immediately you start looking forward. Obviously, the big question mark, will Drew Brees come back? He would not say after the game. He is an unrestricted free agent. Obviously, he could go someplace else. I would doubt that. He could retire, or he could come back to the Saints. My gut tells me he will be back in black and gold next season, and he sort of said things in his post-game comments that would lead you to believe that he's coming back, although for the record he said, I'm going to think about it and let you know later. There is no decision for now. The Saints season ends in stunning fashion. I think all of New Orleans, we're all still trying to wrap our heads around how this thing ended. But the Minnesota Vikings, the fact is, were just the better team on the Saints' final Sunday of the 2019 season.